Which person is like more excited about the upcoming season? Jack Grealish, the footballer, or Jack Grealish, the Villa fan?
Jack Grealish, the footballer. Obviously, it's a massive season for me, and I feel like now is the perfect time for me to come back into the Premier League and start playing here again, and hopefully showcasing my talent.
Because when Villa went down, I mean, as both a player and a fan, that must have been heartbreaking. Not just the fact that it happened, but the way that it happened. Does that give you extra motivation to be back?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, I was absolutely gutted when we got relegated. And I think I might have been one of the only players that is still here now that got relegated. That was my dream for when we did get relegated. It was my dream was to get this club back to where it belongs in the Premier League. I think, you come here, you look at the training ground and stuff, you look at the ground, you look at the fan base. I think everyone knows that Villa should be a Premier League club, and thank God it is again.
Yeah, that's one of those things that all fans say, isn't it? Everyone whose club's been in the Premier League for even a few years thinks they belong there. But Aston Villa, founder member of the Football League, 7 league titles, they should not be outside the Premier League.
Yeah, exactly. That is it. So, obviously we're back here now, and hopefully we can, have a good season and obviously stay in the league and finish as high as possible.
It's crazy to think like the position you were in this time last year. I remember you saying that you'd waved bye-bye after the playoff run because you thought you were going. How close was that then?
Yeah, it was really close. Obviously, I thought the whole City game was going to be my last game, but one thing led to another, and I didn't end up going. And I tried to just get on with it because I truly believe everything happens for a reason, and I feel like I stayed here. I had a great season apart from my injury. That gave me some time out, to obviously get some rest, which I think I needed, and then I come back on. I was raring to go, and then obviously got given the armband and stuff. Scored twice against Blues, so it was perfect.
Did you score twice against Blues? I've never heard you say that before, Jack.
I did.
You did.
I love it. Yeah, obviously, I think especially the second game was obviously a perfect moment for me after what happened and stuff. So. But it weren't even about that. Like the season for me was, as soon as I come back, I just wanted to get promoted, and luckily we did.
With that Birmingham game, I remember watching that, and for anyone who doesn't know what happened, you got attacked by a fan during a football match. Like, there are a lot of people who I think might have struggled to play on. It might have done all kinds of things to them psychologically. You scored the winning goal after that. How did you refocus yourself to play football?
Do you know what? I actually could not care less that he done it. Like, I generally, and that is honestly from my heart, like, I couldn't care. Like, he obviously done it. I don't know if he got egged on by people and at the end of the day he done it, and as soon as he done it, I think there was a photo of me like laughing on the floor, and I just was thinking in my head, just please, you've got to score the winner. And it was just perfect, like 1-0, and obviously me getting the win. It wasn't even like a 2-0 and someone else scored. It was just my goal that set the game apart, and I think it was just meant to be. And after the game, I was so happy. Obviously, my mum was a bit upset, thinking like what the guy could have had on him or whatever. He could have had anything, but I was honestly I wasn't bothered one bit. At the end of the day, if that's what he wanted to do, then he can do it. But I was just so happy to have scored the winner.
Are you conscious of like how good an attribute that is to have? Like, that is a really good mental thing to be able to brush off something like that. It's not everyone could do that.
Yeah, I suppose, but you know what I mean. Like I says, there was only one thing in my mind, and that was obviously to go on and score the winner, like I just says. But as soon as it happened, I just felt like it was set up to be and meant to be. So luckily it was.
Your form at the back end of the season was obviously unbelievable. You came back into the team, you got the armband, the brilliant run started. Obviously, you had a bad injury. Do you think that because of everything that had gone on in the summer previous and where you're going to go and weren't you going to go, did it take you a bit of time psychologically to get your head right for the last season anyway?
Yeah, I think it did, to be fair. When after that whole game, when I didn't end up leaving Villa, when I fully thought I was going to leave, I'll be honest with you, for about 2 months until Steve Bruce got sacked and Dean Smith came in. I was crap. I weren't nowhere near the way I should have been playing. I think I got 1 assist maybe till the start of November and played most games. That's nowhere near good enough. Do you know what I mean? Especially for myself and what I expect of myself. As soon as the manager come in, I was playing with an injury under him for about 6 weeks, and then in the end I had a scan. Got the results of my scan, and it was way worse than they thought. So obviously I had to have my time out. But even when I was playing with my injury under the new manager, I was doing all right when Dean Smith come in. And then I had my time out, and obviously when I was out, I worked so hard to get fit again. And when I come back, I was just raring to go. And luckily it was at the perfect time.
Thank you for your time.
No worries.
Best of luck this season.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, man.